and I installed almost everything we sold. We grew that all the way up to 32 years. I sold the floor covering stores 13 years ago, grew it up to 4 stores. We had just inside of 50 employees. And the reason I did it is I tried to create a way to get off my knees, because it just, when you're 50, 55 in our industry, you're done, just like you are probably in paintless dent repair, your back, your knees. And I was be able to create it. And the whole thing about Pushin PDR, the mother company is YPC Media, and Pushin PDR is a division of YPC Media, an online marketing company. And it started in the back of our floor covering store. It started 25 years ago, year 2000. I didn't even know who the hell Google was. Who's Google? And the great part about it is it started with 5 people. It was myself, my brother, my uncle Steve, who's only 2 years older than me, our best friend Gene Dunn, and then my uncle Mike, who's he's about 15 years older than me. And this whole concept of online marketing, which started in 2000, was my uncle. My grandma was dying, their mother was dying, and we were in the lobby, and Steve had a laptop that was about 4 inches thick, and his cell phone with the plug in, holding it up in the air to show us his concept of what we need to do. We need to get on Google. And we all looked at him and go, who the hell is Google? And he goes, no, you don't understand. We need to be able to build websites, these web pages, and help companies and floor covering companies get noticed online. And one day later, me, my dad, and my brother looked at each other and said, we'll finance it. And that started the truck. And within 3 years, Steve had to quit his job. He was a floor covering wholesaler. We came into our office. We built them offices, brought in the T1s, and that started our journey. And here we are 25 years later. We're still doing it. We've lost 2 of the partners due to cancers. We lost Steve and Gene at a very young age. Gene was 51 and Steve was 58, which was devastating to us. There's still 3 of us left, and it's a family-owned business, and I'm still having fun.
And you guys are, you're involved in a lot more than just PDR and detailing.
Correct. We're
with Pushin PDR.
Yeah, Pushin PDR. My cousin Scott Johnson is the Ding Doctor of Rochester, and he started his business. He was chasing hail like everyone, and then he started doing a lot of dealership work, going to dealerships and doing that. And he said, "Listen, I need some help." He wanted to convert to retail and get a retail shop, which he has a beautiful shop out on his house. He's got a beautiful compound. And he's pretty much almost all retail, except he still does hailstorms when they hit. But he brings them to his shop, and he got us going. He was our first client, and from there we never paintless dent repair, right? What the heck is that? And right. Lo and behold, it's a wonderful industry that we love. I like the people. Listen, I was telling you earlier, I'm a blue collar guy. I was a floor cover installer. So I'm off the streets. I never went to college. 19, started out kicking carpet and doing hardwood. And so I understand what a PDR tech goes through, what they have to do with their body and how hard it is. But my God, I wish I would have done this for myself 30 years ago.
Yeah.
You guys are making a lot more money than we're making in the floor covering industry. So, but like I said, we sold the stores 12 years ago to do this full time.
Yeah. I know 30 years ago plus, I got involved in it, and I was detailing cars, and I couldn't wait. I tried to get involved with PDR, and then I finally did, and it's been great. But I will say it's hard on your body too. As the last 3 years, as of this year, I will not push another car. I can't physically do it. Got some nerve damage in my neck, and it's made me transfer my way of thinking. So. Of doing business, the doctors told me that, hey, you need to find a new career. Well, everybody that knows me, I love our industry. This is just what I do. I wouldn't know what to do. What am I going to do? Go be the greeter at Walmart? And I'd be perfectly happy doing that because I love people. And that's the truth too. My wife thinks I'm joking, but whenever I do quit or whenever I call it quits, maybe I'll be 75. I want to be a greeter at Walmart. I just want to welcome people in, and they probably won't even have them then. But I want to do something with people because I just enjoy people. And I think if you have a passion for what you do and you love what you do, you can do about anything. It's the way you view it.
100%. If it wasn't for people like Parker and the youth in my company, I think everybody in our company, I'm the oldest, and there's only a couple people my age. I'm the oldest, everyone's younger, but almost 80%, 85% of the company is under 40. So it's these young people that keep me going. I stay young because of them.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun hanging with them. We're going to MTE together as a group. We got 4 of us going. So, it's a fun time. It's fun being around youth, and I still have the desire to keep working. I can't retire. I'm not built that way. And 42 years of marriage would probably end at 43 years of marriage if I retired. It probably would be over. I get kicked out for sure.
Yeah. Well, last week, Parker brought up a couple good points, and it was about the fishing tournament that you guys are sponsoring, and you're the master sponsor of it. And I think you're going to love it. I know you guys didn't come last year, but this year to jump up in that spot. But Parker is already running his mouth, and he says, when Michael shows up, I'm going to show him what fishing's all about. He said, Michael doesn't know how to fish, and I am the fisherman of the group. And he says he's going to bring in every big bass, and you guys won't even have a chance. He says he's probably going to have to basically get out in the water and pull you guys back to the marina because you guys are going to be dead weight on that boat compared to what he does.
So I don't even know if Parker owns a fishing pole. So I don't know where he's going with this. This is the first I heard of it. So it's
Really?
game on, bud. I love it.
Oh.
I mean, have you ever caught a bass, bud? Largemouth, smallmouth, pike? Have you ever caught a fish?
Randy, you're setting me up for failure there. I think I was dusting off. I got to dust off my fishing pole. I think I've used it 3 times in my whole life, and no, I've never caught a bass ever. But I am certainly willing to get in there and compete. So we're going to see between you, me, and Evan who's going to catch the most. Oh my gosh, this is like my first big time fishing, like anything. Like I was not a fisherman as a kid, as a teenager, as anything. So I'm like super stoked to get out there and do this. I've seen it happen so many times, and my cousins are big fishermen. So I'm super hyped to do this, and I am kind of a competitive person. So I played a lot of sports growing up. So I mean, I'm super pumped to get in there and see what we can do.
So you want to make a wager in front of all these people? Who's got the bigger fish? If that's what you want to do, is that what you want to do, Parker? Right now,
as much as he was talking smack talk last week, I think you guys should get a company wager going on.
We could start a little like a bracket, but when we'll do that, and I'll bring it down to you, Randy, so you can see the bracket of who's betting on who. But how about $10 bet? How about a $10 bet that I get the bigger fish, Parker?
You're on,
all right, buddy. Because I'm going to frame your $10 if I get it.
Perfect. I'll sign that and everything.
All right. I'm going to put it right up in the office, right close to where your cubicle is, so that everybody knows that.
I'll hang yours on your door.
So, Michael, do you enjoy fishing?
I used to fish a lot in my teenage years, in my 20s. Two good friends of mine were big in bass. They belonged to the bass clubs, and they had cottages up in Cape Vincent, which is in the Thousand Islands. So I used to do a lot of fishing back then, but I haven't had a pole in my hand except with the grandkids this past summer. We went fishing, just off a dock, and just went for, just crappy little sunfish type stuff. And so it's been a while. I'm going to get on that boat. I'm using your stuff because if I don't catch the fish, I'm going to blame everybody that's on that boat. That's a captain. That's you got running it. They're getting blamed. So, I'm a victim. At that point, I become a victim.
So listen, we use live shiners, and some of the shiners as big as your hand. So if you can't catch a fish with that, it's not the fish. It's not the bait. I can tell you that.
Oh, look at you. You're calling me out now, too.
But
what a great event, man. It's going to be this is, I run a foundation for my brother. My brother passed away 48 years ago from a freak car accident. It's called the Pavone Memorial, and we've done golf tournaments and you've done dinners. It's so much work behind the scenes to make these things work that people that have never done it don't understand the commitment of you and everybody like Lee and everybody behind the scenes to make this go and to put off a fishing tournament of this size and this caliber. I give you guys a lot of kudos. What a honor for Kevin to be able to know that you guys are doing this for him. And he's with the Lord, so he's having a good time watching us have a good time and trash talking about who's going to win or not.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. I'm very, very excited to be.
Yeah, well, we're so excited and I can't wait for you guys to come out there and get to know all the other fishermen. So last year it took us about 4 months to sell this thing out. This year it took 1 week.
Oh, really?
That's because of the success we had with it last year, and everybody that came just loved it. We did have a couple boats didn't catch anything. We had a cold front come right through. I mean, it was like 36 degrees. I was talking with Craig Dyer from Anson Tools the other day, and he said, hey, it just popped up. It was 36 degrees when we went out on the boat last year. I mean, it was a cold front. And as you know, with fishing, if it gets really cold, they go down a little bit deeper. They don't bite as much, especially bass. But this year, I think when we go out, it's supposed to be in the 50s and it's supposed to get into the 60s. So last year was really cold, but it did warm up really nice. It was a beautiful morning, a beautiful day, but it was a cold, cold start. Even at that, the heaviest or the biggest, largest mouth bass we caught last year was caught by Ronnie Delacoya. Was 9 pounds, 6 ounces. If you saw that in that video.
I did.
And she was a hog, man. That was a beautiful fish. And then there was a lot of 7s and 8s, and maybe even one more 9, like 9 pound, 1 ounce or something. But there's a lot of 7 and 8 pound bass caught. We had 100
big bass. Those are very large bass, big time.
Yeah, they sure are. Let's see. This Lee says it might rain though. I did a forecast thing last night, and I saw just a small chance of rain, maybe a lot cloud coverage. It actually sounds like it might be a perfect morning for this. So,
what is Lee trying to jinx us on this thing? Are you coming out with the rain comment?
No, but we do try to keep everybody updated on the forecast to bring a jacket or
bringing my poncho,
rain jacket or something. Yeah, but it's going to be great. We'll come back, and thanks to you guys being the master sponsor, we're going to come back to the marina, and everybody's going to have lunch at the marina. It's going to be a basic guys lunch, sloppy joes, french fries, but they've got beer and soda and everything there. So it will be we have over 100 people involved in it with all the team captains and everything. So last year we did 2, and we play anybody. So you guys are on an exhibitor boat. You're eliminated from cash prizes, but you still are fishing for trophies. And trust me, a lot of bragging rights, because when the guys win these trophies, it is completely bragging rights. Okay, Rodney Vance is down there right now. He's in Orlando. He says forecast for this year, and I can't see exactly what it says.
78 degrees. Let's go fishing.
Yeah, and me and Rodney are actually going fishing again Sunday. We're leaving Sunday for Miami after the show, and we're going to go down to Miami and fish for some peacock bass. I'm pretty excited about that.
Never did it. And, yeah. Here's the thing. As I got older, Randy, it's weird. I used to roller coaster ride. I could be on anything, any boat, do anything. But the last 10 years, I've lost it. I get now sick on a charter boat. I'm that guy. That everybody goes, what's wrong with you? I don't care if I got Dramamine or the Chinese beads with the ball in there.
Yeah.
If I'm out on the ocean and we're just doing one of these, I get sick now. I don't know
what the hell
too. Happened.
Yeah, I do too. But on the freshwater, I don't. Like the boats.
Yeah, not on the freshwater, no.
Bass boats, I never have no issue. But, oh, man, when I go deep sea fishing, I'm the one that's feeding the fish. And it's Chunky Delight. It's some Randy Chunky Delight served up warm.
For sure.
So, Parker.
Yes, sir.
How's your day going? You're kind of quiet down here. It's kind of hard to keep up with 2 old guys, ain't it?
Oh, I know you guys were mentioning the good old days, like 30 plus years ago, and I was like, oh, I wasn't even a thought then. I'm not even there yet, so I didn't have much to add. But that days were good. You know, weeks.
You were probably a thought, but it was a
quick.
scary thought for us.
I know, my gosh, just getting started. I'm getting married at the end of this year. So, Mike, you're mentioning 40 years of marriage. Oh my gosh, I'm just starting. And so this is like, that's exciting. It's just cool. But
Back then, we didn't wait to get married into our 30s, Parker. We got married as soon as we almost got out of high school. I was 22 and my wife was 20, so we started quick. You guys wait a long time and cause your parents a lot of angst because now we're getting older and we get grandkids when we're older instead of younger. So
the grandkids are awesome though.
Oh,
They're by far better than the kids.
I got to tell you something. I would go back and do it all over again and go through all of that. The three colleges paid for, the 2 weddings so far done and now over with, raising children. I do it all over again. But I had my kids so that they had kids. They don't even exist in I walk in the house and go, get out of my way. I'm here for the grandkids, not you.
Yeah.
You served your purpose. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. I every day I get more time around the grandkids. And Rodney Vance, he's not a grandfather yet, but actually he is because one of his kids is expecting, which is really cool for him. James Bernard is joining us. Don Cavanaugh, love talking to this gentleman all the time, and he says trash talking is part of the fun, and he is so absolutely right. Hey, real quick, let's move a little bit further on this with the interview side here. I love hearing how you got started, Michael. I want to talk about, and this might be a great question for Parker, being that he's a lot younger than us and he represents the future. What's the future in social media? What do you guys see that going to? How impactful is it going to be? Why is it so important to stay on top of it right now, and where we're going?
Oh my gosh, social media is going to continue to just grow, and in so many ways that we may not even know yet. It's like imagine where social media is now versus where it was 5 to 10 years ago. 10 years ago, you don't have half the platforms that we may have now. And then also they were used in completely different ways. This past 2 years, or think of any time post-COVID, you have these fads and trends that start out of nowhere and take all this, heat and start to really kind of gear up. And you can push news and new trends in just a day and a half, through some of these social media trends. That's how fast people can stay connected, learn more information, and get interested in new things. So if it's that quick to connect so millions and millions of people with information, it's certainly not going to go anywhere. I know there's a lot of controversy over places like TikTok and whatnot. That's on a whole nother level. Well, I guess we're still kind of waiting to see where that's all going to end up. But when you're thinking of your top platforms that you're using on a business standpoint for Facebook, Instagram, sometimes Twitter, but those are places that you're able to connect with your customers, your clientele, your community. Those are people that are just interested in who you are and what you offer to them or to their area. And it's a way for those people in your community to learn more about you. So if you're thinking of it on a business standpoint and where it's going to go, it's just going to continue to root you in your area and help people learn your brand, be familiar with what you're doing. So that's certainly where this is going to continue to go. It's only going to continue to grow with advertisements and ways to continue to promote yourself. It's almost limitless into thinking what is possible with social media these days. And so I know that we're certainly excited to keep up with all these new innovations year after year. AI, not necessarily social media related, but getting integrated in everything that we do, everything digitally. So that's a whole nother can of worms there, but it's a only upward trajectory here with what's possible.
So to piggyback on what Parker just said is that when your president-elect is trying to now let everybody put the brakes on TikTok because it's really that TikTok, Joe Rogan, that put him over the top. Those are facts that are coming out. And his son Barron said, Dad, you need to get on these platforms. So you could see how important they are. It helped the president get elected. And when it comes to AI, and you have Google coming out with their AI bot, Microsoft with Copilot, Chat GPT, what I forget what Elon's calling his. It's an animal name. All these different AI search engines now they're creating. Meta's got their own search engine. So what's going to happen is people are using social media. So instead of going to Google, I'm looking for a paintless dent repair, technician near me. You're going to Google, right? And you're going to voice it in or you're going to type it in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Google's already lost 6% of its search volume due to the AI bots. So people are going to Facebook and doing the same thing. They're going to these social media platforms to do their information checking. So your ability to be on those platforms is very significant because the way people are going to be searching for businesses is changing dramatically. So there's a lot of things you have to look into, a lot of different products and services that you got to hook up with so that you get integrated into the back end of all of these new platforms that are happening.
And as Pushin PDR, you guys are so much into social media. You guys take care of all that, don't you? Like in the background of it and everything. That's kind of what you're building websites out of, and you're teaching people how to really grow their business. But you're the workload. You're the men with the boots on the streets, taking care of all that for each one of these individuals. Correct?
That's correct. And to let everybody know, the audience know, Pushing PDR is a division of YPC Media. YPC Media is 25 years old, but we also have websites that we control. Yellow Page City is one of them. YellowPageCity.com is one of them. That in 2000, that's how we launched this business, is by creating an online directory that we put web ads in. So we have IT people. I have 3 people. I have a code writer, an IT specialist that's pretty much versed in all different parts of the back end of any platform, as well as we have a full-time IT guy that makes sure we're up and alive every day, and our 32 employees are alive. So we have to be on top of everything. I got people that are constantly looking at what's the next best thing, not what's happening today. Because personally, Parker takes care of what's happening today and what we need to do. My job is, with the rest of the team that we have, is what do we need to do tomorrow? Because it used to be, I used to be able to set a business plan, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10-year plan. Can't do that anymore in this business. You could set maybe a 1-month plan and a 5-minute plan because technology changes so much. So we're always working on that's my job and the back end team's job. So there's a lot more to just Pushing PDR than just all of these. We call it get found, get noticed, generate leads. We've got a team that works on in the back end to make sure that we're always going to be in the forefront.
Well, let me just thank you again. You guys have been very generous to the Kevin Haywood Foundation. You guys took on this project to build our website, to manage it. You've sponsored a boat with the Keeping It Real. You're master sponsor of the entire tournament, and just everything you guys do for us. We are really grateful. We thank you, and I'm really looking forward to actually meeting you in person and going fishing with you guys. We have 2 media boats that will be out there, just like that video that was done from last year. It's the same media team that's coming out with us, and they've got 2 boats. Lee will be on one, I'll be on the other. We will go from boat to boat, and we will be promoting and pushing PDR logo on that video once it's completed. And again, we want to tell you guys thank you, guys. Hey, Parker, do you know what booth number you're at?
784, 789.
Okay.
So something in there.
So everybody make sure you stop by their booth, talk with them, and, have some fun with them. I can't wait to go fishing with you guys. But is there anything you guys want to throw in there before we wrap this up?
Yeah, I would say that, guys, donating to this foundation would be very, very beneficial for everybody. I know that you guys are taking it, and I saw some stories about what you are spending the money on, and basically, from what I just met with you just now and just Lee before we got on, you guys are stand-up people, and I believe this is a great honor for Kevin and also for everybody that's going to benefit from these foundation dollars. Foundations done with regular people that are directing it and pushing it really are really cool, and it's a worthy cause. So if anything, forget about pushing PDR and what we do. If you could just put your energies and your time and your focus and your monies into this foundation, that would be something that I want to leave this podcast with. And my team doesn't know this, but for everybody that we sign up at the conference, Pushing PDR is going to donate $100 to the foundation, and that'll go for the next 6 months, because it's usually long tail people come in after 6 months to buy. So, it could be, if we got 30 people to sign, there's $3,000 that we would be putting to the foundation.
That's fantastic. That's great. And guys, they're going to have a raffle at their booth. And Parker, talk about that real quick.
Yeah. So the raffle part of our raffle here is that we are offering the winner will receive a free marketing consultation with us. And what else you get with that is, we can try to formulate what services are going to fit you, your business, your current situation. What we like to do is kind of have a consultation. We want to consult with you and see where you are at right there, and how we can then enter and make that whole experience online better for you and more beneficial. So we'll tailor our services to, get to about $5,000 worth of service for you for a year. If you are the winner of that raffle. So you can expect some sort of marketing service, and that could be a whole bunch of different things. So to kind of get your minds thinking of what that could, become for you, is we could do a full website rebuild. We could do SEO work with this, your listings, your Google business profile. Could be getting into your social medias if you want to get more content running or run ads through your Facebook and Instagram page. If you wanted to do Google ads, those are things that we have and can perform for you guys. We really are doing a full service online marketing type campaign. So any one of those platforms, and you can mix and match a few of those. Like I said, we'll get together and figure out what services are going to kind of not only benefit you, but also accomplish the goals that you have for your business this year. That's another thing. You can definitely do multiple different things, and you could go full in and try to do as much as you want online. But if you're not reaching the right goals or the goals that you're setting for yourself, then it's not as beneficial. So we want to make sure we're doing what's right for you, what's getting your business on the right track, and then that way it's a seamless transition into that. So that's what you could expect to have that conversation with us, and what you could win out of that. And our Nancy jumped in, and our booth number is 732. So sorry, I was given the wrong numbers before. 732 is our booth number. And yeah, think about, if anybody has questions about your own experience with Facebook or Google or your website, anything that you think of that's part of your online marketing, plan this year, just come over and ask us some questions. We're more than willing to talk about it with you. It's great to hear some success and fail stories, and see how we can just have a great conversation and benefit from all of that. So 732 is our booth.
Sounds good. Well, guys, we're going to have you on again next week. Parker, we're going to see you next week. Who's coming on with you next week?
Evan will be with me next week. Evan is another account manager for Pushin PDR. He's probably spoken to a lot of our clients currently and in the past. So he's excited to get on and kind of share some insight as well. And me and Evan will be here for next week, Thursday.
Okay. And I know Evan's going to be on the boat with both you guys. And how old a boy is Evan?
Say that again.
How old is Evan? Is he young like you, or is he old like us?
No, he's 30 something. He's in his
He's in his 30s. So
he's in the middle. He's in the middle.
Wow, you may have to help.
One of my buddy's sons. Yeah,
you might have to help Michael just stand up on the boat between both you guys.
Yeah, we'll see now, because you're going to probably push Evan into the same thing, and Evan could jump into this $10 thing. But he's a Rochester boy that lives in Naples, Florida, and those Florida guys, they get a little soft. So I don't know how he's going to work out. We'll see.
They're used to catching a lot bigger fish than what we're going to be catching if he
That's
goes
true.
out.
That's true.
You know,
That's true.
so he probably won't lose one off the line. But guys, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking really, really forward to it. Again, thank you for everything you guys are doing.
Thank you for the invite.
And we can't wait to fish with you and hang out with you at the show. It's going to be a tremendous show, and a lot of things are happening. And most huge credit and shout out for you guys for all your help. Okay.
Thank you.
Been so fun so far, and can't wait to keep going.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Randy.
Thank you, guys. All right, guys. This is the show today. Remember, we've got a lot of things coming up. There's a huge announcement coming up tonight at 7 p.m. With the show manager, the MTE show manager, Sheldon Kay, will be on the show tonight at 7 o'clock, and we're going to be announcing something absolutely huge. You hear us talking about all the raffles that's going to be happening at booth to booth. Well, tonight it's going to explode, because there's going to be something called a grand prize, and the grand prize is going to be pretty interesting. But you got to tune in tonight for that at 7 o'clock. Guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for our guest for coming in. Lee's just popped in here. Lee, I don't know if we can hear you or not, but he's been kind of filling in behind the scenes, and he's busy training guys doing PDR out in California for Dean King. So that's all we have to say today, guys. We'll see you again next week, Michael. Or not Michael. Michael. Well, I'll see you in about a week and a half, Michael. And then Parker, we'll see you next week. All right, guys.